And now we've got Simon Brown, Standard Bank online share trading. BJM closing at R4 today. It's up 5 1/3%. What do you make of the deal? Obviously, it has been under cautionary. Knew something was in the pipeline. Simon, your comments.
Evening, Bronwyn. BJM's been under cautionary for a while. There's been a sense that something was going to happen, and I got two thoughts. And I think if Andile Mzwai goes back, say 5 years ago, was this what he would have wanted for Barnard Jacobs and let BJM Securities? And I think the short answer for that is absolutely not. I think it's circumstances, partly the crisis we saw in 2008 and 2009 didn't help the process. But as he said, that they've got the muscle, but they don't seem to get the respect. They just couldn't really break into the big time. And then if we look at the deal, they keep in the private client business. The numbers are good. 12,000 clients, 35 billion under management. Those are good numbers, but it's the more difficult side of the business. I think certainly if you can get the institutional business, which is what the Renaissance is taking out, is buying, if you can get that to work, a much more profitable business. So I think BJM's doing a deal. It's not a bad deal, but I think it's a deal that they wouldn't have sort of put on top of their list a couple of years ago.
The big news on the day, more on BHP Billiton, again at the bottom of the top 40. We're down 2 1/3%. BHP closing at 224 Rand today, and it is all around the resource tax, the 40% tax on resource profits that is to be introduced in Australia in 2012. And just having had some comment from BHP, they're saying that with 51% of their assets in Australia, the tax rate on its Australian earnings will increase to 57%. That's in 2013 from 43% right now. Is BHP Billiton in for much further downside from a share perspective, in your opinion, Simon?
I think the news is probably in. Some London trading might still come through tomorrow. We're talking sort of back of a matchbox numbers. 6 or 7% of their profits now go to the Australian government, or extra goes to the Australian government. Not insignificant, but it's still a little bit away to 2012. It's close-ish, but maybe some negotiations can be done there. But I think the interesting point came from the Prime Minister out of Australia when he said that the assets, the minerals in other words, belong to Australians, which is something which South Africans have gone through with our mining charter in terms of the Department of Minerals and the like. And we've kind of got that behind us, and Australia's now there and looking at those super taxes. I think the news is in the price in the immediate, though.
If you were to look at a play, Anglo American versus BHP, it has been said that this is the opportunity for you to switch from BHP. Again, just emphasizing that 51% of BHP's assets are in Australia. Would you be making a play into Anglo American at 318 Rand?
I tell you what, Bronwyn, I mean, in all the years we've been doing this show, what's it, almost approaching 3 years now, I've always been firmly, I'm a BHP Billiton man. I prefer that diversification, both geographically and product line. I think for the first time ever, I'm going to have to say to you, you know what, right now at this point, I'm just not sure. We need to delve more into BHP Billiton. We need to see exactly how it's going to hit them. Anglo's has got some good news coming down the line. One day they're going to bring their dividend back. That's going to be good for the share price. Price has been doing well. I think if anything, and it's a bit of a cop-out answer, I accept that, perhaps for the first time in 3 years, I'd position them at neck and neck. Before this, I've always put BHP as the leader.
Simon, finally, you're starting to sound like an economist, and that's not a good thing. Just very quickly, your view on what is unfolding in the eurozone. We are seeing in late trade the South African rand under pressure. We're sitting at around about 7.44. I know 7.45 is a key technical level. We could go significantly weaker from here. What do you make of what is unfolding in the eurozone? Obviously, we've been debating this for weeks and weeks now, but are we close to the whole issue coming to conclusion?
I think we are, and we look at the euro dollar today, traded sort of at this point trading at the top end of the range. The Greeks have got their 134 billion, a lot more pain to come there in Greece and on the ground in Greece. I think the attention now is going to turn to Portugal and Spain, to a lesser degree Italy and Ireland, but Greece is out of the way, and I think that gives us a sigh of relief that at least the EU will come and save Greece. They're not going to stand back and wash their hands, which gives hope to the other countries who are having a tough time.
Simon Brown, Standard Bank online share trading. Thank you very much for your comments.